Ford owners are destroying rubber seals, ABS sensors, painted calipers, and even wiring harnesses with the wrong brake cleaner. And some don't even realize it until a $500 to $1,200 repair bill shows up. Not all brake cleaners are safe for modern Ford systems. Some are so aggressive they dry out rubber and plastics in minutes. Others leave residue that causes long-term problems you won't notice until after your brakes start acting up. After 20 years in the shop, I've seen simple brake jobs turn expensive because of one wrong spray can. Today I'm breaking down the 9 brake cleaners you should never use on your Ford and the 5 that actually work without causing damage. Let me start with some of the brake cleaners that I always hate to see in my shop, and I always tell Ford drivers to avoid them as much as they can. Number 1. Gum Out. If there's one brake cleaner that always makes me shake my head, it's the Gum Out non-chlorinated brake cleaner. On paper, it says it's professional strength and penetrates grease and grime. But in real life, you'll find that it takes way too long and doesn't really cut heavy sludge quickly like you want it to. I've noticed that it wasn't as powerful as one might expect, and it takes way too many sprays just to get the job done. Compared to stronger formulas, Gum Out is slow and weak at removing grease and sludge, especially on heavy buildup you see on trucks and older Fords. You might end up going over the same spot a bunch of times just to get it halfway clean. This wastes time and product, and I've had guys tell me they bought 3 cans just to get the job done. When I'm cleaning up brake parts, I want something that dissolves the nasty stuff fast, not something that makes me scrub more than necessary. So Gum Out's non-chlorinated brake cleaner might seem cheap or handy, but if you need real degreasing power, you want something that actually gets the job done fast and clean. Number 2. SuperTech. Next, the SuperTech brake cleaner is one that you shouldn't use. This cheap brake cleaner is found at big box stores, and many drivers have said it would lift brake dust and evaporate fast, but when you use it on tough, greasy brake assemblies on Fords, you get a lot of mixed results. The thing is, SuperTech's formula can handle light dust and brake fluid residue, and yes, it evaporates clean and dry most of the time. After all, it's a non-chlorinated cleaner with solvents that can dissolve contaminants and disappear quickly. But I noticed that it struggles in grease and sludge tests, despite the good evaporation. Some Ford owners have complained that SuperTech hardly has an impact on heavy grease. My buddy sprayed it on a rear diff cover packed with oily grime and it didn't remove a drop. He ended up wiping it off with a towel. It seems like the cleaner just helped blow stuff around, unless you wipe afterward. SuperTech's spray pressure and solvent aren't as potent as some others, so you might have to use a lot of time or switch to a stronger product. For drivers of trucks or F-Series vehicles, the SuperTech will be weak and underpowered. Don't forget, the cheap brake cleaners are flammable and can be harsh on rubber and plastic if oversprayed, so you can't use too much, but if you use too little, SuperTech doesn't work at all. This isn't something I'd count on when I want real degreasing power. Number 3. Berryman. Another brake cleaner I don't recommend for Ford is Berryman's non-chlorinated brake cleaner. It sounds like a decent choice and promises to be a fast-drying spray that cuts away brake fluid, grease, and other contaminants without harsh chlorinated solvents, and it leaves no residue. But if you really use it on your Ford, you'll realize why I don't grab it first when I have a heavy-duty job. The Berryman is strong enough to pull off lighter grime, but it often takes more spray and more time than other cleaners to really cut through stubborn brake dust, oil, and built-on crud. The Berryman is fine for general use, but it's not powerful compared to premium brands. Basically, it works, but it won't wow you on tough jobs. I noticed that older formulas in some parts cleaning products were stronger, but with all the modern environmental and safety reformulations, cleaners are less aggressive than the stuff we used years ago. Some car enthusiasts will even argue that those older ones clean better. Because of that, Berryman's cleaner can feel moderate to weak when you're dealing with baked-on brake dust, greasy caliper brackets, or heavy contamination on Fords. It'll get the job done eventually, but it can take more cans and elbow grease than I'm comfortable with in the shop. Number 4. Denko. Another brake cleaner that's pretty weak on your Ford is Denko Brake and Parts Cleaner. And I've noticed this as I've turned wrenches on Fords for years. The cleaner is non-chlorinated, low odor, and quick drying, but it's not as great as it sounds. When testing Denko on Ford brakes, I noticed that the cleaner isn't as strong on tough baked-on grease and sludge as more aggressive products. In fact, This cleaner just wipes grease around or smears it instead of cutting through it cleanly, without a lot of wiping, especially when there's heavy contamination. It also makes me feel a bit underwhelmed on difficult jobs. In some cases, you spray it, but you have to follow up multiple times or scrub with a tool before anything really breaks down. That's because Denko is slower on grease than some stronger formulas. But it's not a total flop, as this has quick evaporation and it's decent for light cleaning. It leaves no residue if there's no big problem. But with heavy brake grime and oil-soaked caliper brackets, Denko can feel underpowered, and sometimes it leaves you going back over parts more than you really want to. This isn't suitable when you've got a Ford that's seen a few harsh winters or long highway miles. Those kind of brakes get thick with crud, and you want a cleaner that just eats grease on contact. So yes, Denko is fine for everyday brake dust and light jobs, but it can struggle on stubborn grime and smear instead of dissolving the worst gunk on your Ford. Number 5, Penray. I also tested the Penray brake cleaner, which promises to quickly dissolve and remove grease, oil, brake fluid, and other contaminants. It also says that it degasses instantly without residue. It has different versions like 4620, 4520, and even the chlorinated versions. Just like the other brake cleaners that I definitely don't recommend, this one is definitely not a powerhouse in grease cutting. The non-chlorinated brake cleaner is fine for lighter jobs, but it wasn't as strong as I hoped for. Penray seems like it's just in the middle of the road. It's not terrible, but also not super aggressive on baked-on grease or sludge, compared to some other brands. It'll work for dust and surface grime, but can take a lot of spray and elbow grease before much actually breaks free. So, let me tell you this. If you're just knocking off light brake dust or surface oils, Penray will get it done eventually. But on really stuck-on grease and heavy sludge, it feels like you're moving stuff around instead of blasting it away. You end up spraying and wiping longer than you should have to, and no one has to tell you just how frustrating that is. That's why it ends up on my avoid if you can list, especially when a Ford's brakes or parts are really nasty. In general, I recommend that you should never use chlorinated brake cleaners for your Ford. Number 6, chlorinated brake cleaners. You've probably seen those old aerosol brake cleaners with the non-flammable label on them when you're grabbing brake pads or rotors at the parts store. I've used chlorinated brake cleaners like that on early Mustangs and a few old Broncos in my shop years ago because they do cut through grease fast, but let me tell you, don't touch them to your Ford anymore. Those cans are full of chlorinated solvents like perchloroethylene or methylene chloride that are crazy good at dissolving grime, but they come with real health and safety baggage. They're toxic to breathe and can irritate your lungs, and if you ever accidentally heat a part after spraying them, like during welding or if your brakes are still hot after a drive, they can break down and release dangerous compounds. I remember a customer with a 2015 F-150 EcoBoost who had me clean up some heavy brake dust. I steered him to non-chlorinated brake solvent, and we did it outside with gloves and eye protection. That cost him $10 in products and saved him from exposing himself to nasty fumes that old-school mechanics used without thinking. Chlorinated cleaners are powerful, but for everyday brake service on your Ford, the safer non-chlorinated stuff gets the job done without putting your health, your rubber seals, or your environment at risk. Number 7, older formulated cleaners. If you see an old can of brake cleaner in your garage, don't think it would work great on your F-150's calipers. For years, those older formulated cleaners, especially the chlorinated and high VOC formulas you see in 20-year-old cans, were common in shops. They were crazy powerful, and I'll admit, back in the early 2000s, I used them on everything from a tired 5.4 Triton V8 to a 6-cylinder Ranger. But those older formulas weren't developed with modern brake systems in mind, and they come with real risks. Industry chemistry moved on because these solvents can be super toxic for the environment and hard on the rubber and plastic parts around your brakes, especially on newer Ford models with ABS sensors and electronic parking brakes. In fact, guys who used old stock cleaners ended up with brittle caliper dust boots or irritated lungs from the fumes, all because the formula was too aggressive and not meant to be breathed in without full PPE. Even pro shops avoid these ancient cans because they can break down seals, hoses, and even paint around your brakes or front calipers. Number 8, brake cleaners containing N-hexane. When choosing a brake cleaner for your Ford, you should avoid those that contain N-hexane in general. Even if you avoid the chlorinated brake cleaners, some non-chlorinated options still use solvents like N-hexane. This stuff evaporates quickly and breaks down grease, but it's not without some strong downsides. Chronic exposure to N-hexane has been linked to nerve damage in mechanics, and those that use it for a long time end up with numbness or tingling in their hands and arms. I remember a guy who brought in his 2013 Ford Explorer with a leaky front wheel seal. Turns out he'd been doing his own brake jobs with a cheap non-chlorinated cleaner in his garage twice a month for years. His hands were starting to feel funny when he gripped tools. He finally mentioned it. At first I thought it was carpal tunnel, but when he said he never wore a respirator or even opened the garage door, it became clear that prolonged solvent exposure was likely to blame. It's better to pick a brake cleaner with safer solvents, even if it does cost a little bit more. Number 9. Flammable non-chlorinated cleaners. Although I said you should avoid chlorinated cleaners, not all non-chlorinated cleaners are a good choice. A lot of the brake cleaners that Ford owners end up using are flammable formulas, which means that even if they evaporate fast and cut grease okay, they come with a big trade-off. Those sprays are built with hydrocarbons like acetone or heptane that have extremely low flash points. That means the vapor they give off can ignite near sparks, flames, or hot metal. One morning, a guy brought in his 2017 Ford Explorer with warped front rotors. He'd been cleaning them with a non-chlorinated cleaner in his two-car garage while welding on a bracket nearby. Lucky for him, sparks never hit the fumes directly, but that's exactly the kind of on-site accident that can turn into a fire or a flashback explosion. A lot of these non-chlorinated cans are labeled low VOC, but that only means they meet the emission standards. That doesn't mean they won't ignite. Even in well-ventilated areas, vapors can hang low and drift over to a hot exhaust or a running engine. So, use safer options whenever available because a $12 can can't be worth a $3,000 repair. These 9 types of brake cleaners are those that you have to avoid for your Ford, but there are some options that would be good for you. Before I go into them, don't forget to like and subscribe to support my channel. Number 1. Motorcraft Metal Brake Parts Cleaner. One of the cleaners I actually trust when I'm doing brake service on Fords, whether it's a 5.0-liter Mustang GT or a 3.5 EcoBoost F-150 or a 2.3-liter EcoBoost Explorer, is Motorcraft Metal Brake Parts Cleaner. This is the brake parts cleaner that Ford engineers actually endorse because it's made to meet the same standards as the rest of their brake parts. Ford's own documentation lists Motorcraft PM4A as the specified metal brake parts cleaner. It's the recommended solvent for cleaning metal brake compounds before putting pads and rotors back together. I've used this stuff in my shop hundreds of times. A customer came in with a 2018 F-150 where the front rotors had a film from new part packaging. Using cheap cleaners before, I'd left a residue on the brakes that made the truck feel sloppy. So I used Motorcraft on the hat and friction surface and let it sit for a few seconds. And then we saw the brake dust and oils dissolve before wiping it clean and then reinstalling it. One of the best parts is that it dries fast and leaves nothing behind. So you don't have to deal with uneven pad seating or noisy stops later. You can buy this can for about $10 to $15 and you're getting a Ford-approved cleaner. Trust me, it's worth every penny. Number 2, Detroit Axle. Another cleaner I've used and think it works great is Detroit Axle's Brake Parts Cleaner. It's a non-chlorinated, low VOC spray that dissolves brake dust, grease, grime, and oil without lingering smells or toxic fumes that you'd get from older chlorinated cans. A buddy of mine brought in his 2017 Ford Focus because the front brakes were squeaky. After inspecting the rotors, I noticed they had a road film and brake fluid residue from a previous DIY job. I used Detroit Axle and it evaporated in about 3 seconds. It didn't leave a nasty residue and the friction surface was clean when reassembling. Now, I'm not going to pretend it's magic. Some customers have complained about the fitment or customer service, but for a brake cleaner, it's a reliable, budget-friendly option. At around $20 a can, you're getting a spray that cuts grime without being hazardous or smelly. It saves you from paying a lot of money just to clean parts and reassemble. Number 3, Johnson's. When I'm cleaning brakes on a Ford, Johnson's brake cleaner is one of those budget-friendly sprays I actually keep in my own bay. A lot of the newer, non-chlorinated cleaners out there are designed to cut grease and brake dust without toxic solvents that older cans used to have. And Johnson's fits right into that category. It evaporates fast and doesn't leave gunk behind on the rotor or caliper surface, which is exactly what you want when you're prepping a braking surface before torquing the wheels back down. I remember a guy with a 2014 Ford Escape 2.0 EcoBoost. He did his own brakes at home and complained that his truck pedal felt spongy after a weekend brake job. What he did wrong was use some generic engine degreaser from his shed. It left a slimy film on the caliper slides and rotors, and that's when you can really change how your brakes feel. I told him to switch to a cleaner like Johnson's next time. He sprayed it liberally on the metal parts, let it evaporate, and then wiped off with a clean rag. This made the pedal feel firm and responsive again. Number 4. Lucas. Another cleaner that actually thins grease and brake dust without leaving residue or weird smells is Lucas Oil Non-Chlorinated Brake Parts Cleaner. This is a non-chlorinated spray made with quality solvents that cut through brake fluid, grime, and dust on calipers, drums, pads, and ABS components without leaving the kind of slick films you sometimes get from cheaper sprays. Once someone brought in his 2013 Ford Mustang EcoBoost. He was hearing squeals and chatter after a DIY brake job. He used a generic parts cleaner that left a thin film. When I hit the same areas with Lucas, the surface looked visibly clean and dry in seconds, and the squeal went away once everything was reassembled correctly. For Ford jobs, this brake cleaner is strong enough to quiet noise associated with excessive brake dust, especially on trucks like the 3.5 EcoBoost F-150 that see heavy towing. But you don't have to worry about the nasty fumes associated with chlorinated formulas. Number 5. Permatex. And finally, one brake cleaner I trust when I'm doing brake work on Fords is Permatex Brake and Parts Cleaner. This stuff was formulated to aggressively remove oil, grease, brake fluid, and general grime from calipers, rotors, and metal brake parts without needing to take every piece apart. It penetrates through brake dust and corrosion, flushes contaminants away, and importantly, leaves no sticky residue and dries fast, so you're not sitting around waiting on parts to evaporate before you torque everything back together. Once a customer with a 2011 Ford Mustang GT kept complaining about a low, soft pedal and that annoying squeal after a DIY brake job. Turns out he used a cheap all-purpose degreaser. We pulled the wheels off, hit it with some Permatex, and that pedal firmed right up. If you're doing your own brakes every 10,000 miles or so, like many Ford owners do, this cleaner is a good mix of power, ease of use, and value. So now you know the brake cleaners you should never use on your Ford and those that are suitable. Which of these cleaners have you used before? And what was your experience with them? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe for more insights into how to get the most out of your Ford.